I've had the Spectrum from Retro Games since launch date because I originally put a pre-order in and it came on launch date from Argos. It was very prompt. It wasn't late or anything, and I have to say, ever since I've got it, I've sort of fallen in love with it because it's just a brilliant little device. Yes, I know people are going to say it's just an emulator in a Spectrum shell, but it doesn't really matter to me because the way I look at it is I'm playing games on the rubber keyboard that is so true to the original, and that's really authentic to me. But yeah, we're going to look at another game today. It makes my YouTube editing a lot easier as well. If I want to do HDMI capture, it's easier than trying to get the actual original Spectrum out, which I have got as well. I've got 3 of them actually. I've got the 48K original, I think that's an issue 3 motherboard. I've got the Sinclair Grade Plus 2 original, the original Plus 2 model, and the later much revised, should I say, Plus 2B. That's a black Amstrad Sinclair model, and that hasn't got the heat sink. But anyway, we're not talking about all that today. I mean, I could make a video about Spectrums if you want in the future, but today I'm looking at a game on the Spectrum again. So we're going to be looking at a USB pen drive again. Would help if I plugged it in. Have I plugged it in? I haven't plugged it in yet. Apologise. Let me just grab it from the PC because I've just put the game on there. Let's insert the USB pen drive. Now hopefully it should show up somewhere. If you can't find USB drive, just scroll all the way to the left and eventually it should show up. There it is. Providing you've of course done it right and formatted it in FAT32. I don't know if that applies to later revisions of the firmware. I'm still using firmware 1.0 or the original firmware on my the Spectrum. I have got no intentions of upgrading the firmware just yet. I just want to see what the advantages of having the original firmware can be in terms of getting into the system. But yeah, there we go. We've selected it. So let's auto load the media. Is this a tap file? It is. So we're looking at Deathchase. A lot of people call this 3D Deathchase, but I don't believe that's the right syntax. I think it's just Deathchase. We got keyboard and still. I don't know what the keyboard controls are, and I haven't got a joystick plugged in, so I'm going to have to go for keyboard anyway. We're going to have to see if we can work out these controls. It's not your usual QALP. So the game was obviously suited for the original Spectrum, so surely it should. Okay, so we've got 1 left. Okay, we've got one on the keyboard left, 0 on the keyboard right. How do you go forward? It's not space. Okay, it's 1 and 0. 1 and 0 and 9 to accelerate. And 8 to decelerate. Any fire? Because you can shoot on this game. How do you fire? 1 9 0. Whoa. We almost went into a tree there. Okay, none of the keyboards fire. Maybe you can't fire, shoot on the first level, I can't remember. No, I think you can. Just going to try to work out these controls here. Enter, no, that doesn't do anything. Maybe you don't have bullets on the first level. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got 1 left, 0 right, 9 accelerate, 8 decelerate, and B to shoot. Right, okay, so this is... Now we've worked out the controls, we can talk about the game a bit more. Okay, so this is Deathchase, or I sometimes call it 3D Deathchase. I don't think it's actually called that at all. Basically, it's a very early motorbike simulator, but you've got like some sort of weapon on your motorbike where you can shoot the other motorbikes, which is kind of cool. Kind of scary though. Every so often the game would turn to night and we've got our night patrol. And what impresses me about this game the most is this is 1983, and I think this, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think this works on a 16K Spectrum as well. So if it does, you've got 3D graphics on a 16K, in 16K RAM on a very early system. I think programmers have done it really justice. And what's even more impressive is the tree density gets more. As you can see on this level, the tree density is very big now. How impressive would have this been in 1983? I mean, the Spectrum was born in 1982, and this is 1 year later, and they've already got to this sort of level. Onto our night patrol in the woods, going up the woods, no side up the woods in this video. And yep, so yeah, I think it's an absolutely superb game for its age. It's just stupendously superb, to be fair. Let's get these guys here. Look at the skate. It's almost like it's. I don't know how they've done this. It's almost like them trees are scaling sprites, but they're obviously not. Because you can't. I don't think the Spectrum has scaling sprite hardware at all. But yeah, this makes much later games look to shame, to be honest. It's really impressive. So we're back onto our day now. So yeah, that's a technical achievement for the day, and it's really fun. It's not just a technical. It's not like it's a tech demo or anything. It's really fun to play as well. It's not like it's good graphics but shit playability. It's absolutely fun to play as well. I could play this for hours, to be honest. And on that note, it's going to be a positive one. I think you're going to guess what it's going to be. This is innovation at its finest. It's running in 16K of RAM. I believe, unless I'm wrong, again, correct me in the comments. And yeah, technical marvel this one is. And I'm doing a lot better than I have done before on this video as well. Look how dense the woods are now. Driving through the woods on this motorbike and shooting the other motorbikes. Such a cool game. Oh, you thought going straight into a tree right here. So yeah, that's Deathchase on the Spectrum. I'm going to give this one a massive, absolute 10 out of 10. Absolutely superb. Woo! So thank you for watching. Have a pleasant evening, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!